What is up, guys, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. It has been a long time since the last video, all the way back in March, I guess, about the training in Girona video. But yeah, we're finally back right now. Yeah, in this video I will talk to you guys about what has happened in the last couple of months, because a lot has happened. And so basically the first important thing is that yeah, me and my girlfriend have decided to move to Girona. So yeah, we left Holland and we decided to stay here in Girona. She found work for herself. My training has gone really well, and yeah, we found our own apartment, and we really moved to Girona. So that's pretty cool. So that was a big change. Yeah, training towards the season in March, April went really good. Felt amazing all the time, and yeah, was ready for the season. My season started at the end of April, and yeah, did some races in the first part of the season. But already from the start of the first race, I was yeah, not feeling myself, not feeling strong. Had some problems all the time, especially on the run in the half marathon, or also in the marathon at the Ironman. And I was just lacking something. I was lacking, yeah, really the power in training, but also some recovery from training. I was feeling weak all the time, feeling tired, and I couldn't really lay my finger on it. That like what is happening? What is happening in my body? Am I maybe overtraining, or what is going on? And of course, you always have some new races coming up, so you keep trying, keep training, and yeah, at some point you're just like in some sort of spiral going down all the time, and it goes from bad to worse and even worse. So I had no idea what was going on, and took in the middle of the season took yeah, some time to recover, let my body recover back in home in Holland, back at my parents' place. But when I got back in Girona in the beginning of July, already after a couple of days, I was starting to feel weak again. So also for the first time in training, in a brick session where I did the bikes training first, and immediately after a run session as well, I started to have the same problems as I'm experiencing in races. So on the run part, where I was really struggling, had to stop running, was really thirsty, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Why is it happening for the first time in the training now, and why hasn't it been happening, these problems in training back in Holland in the last couple of years, for example? And yeah, then my mind started to wander, and it's like I was talking about it with some other people and thinking like, what was going on? Ah, yeah, of course, temperatures are way higher over here in Girona in Spain than before in Holland, where maybe in the hot summer days it gets up to 28-30 degrees. But over here, especially from July and August, I was like in 35 degrees every day for 2 months, and also already from April, when for me it started to, yeah, my level of fitness was going down, and also all the races that I did were in hot conditions this year. So I started thinking, I've got my carbs up right now. That's something I'm doing right. I'm drinking a lot because I'm thirsty. But I was always drinking a lot of like water, and not really like, yeah, thinking about the sodium losses, or the sweat that I'm losing because of these hot conditions. And as I said, in Holland we don't experience that hot conditions. I wasn't really paying that much attention to it, but now I've really experienced that. Yeah, I'm sweating so much, and I did some testing of weighing myself before training, weighing all the stuff I take in during the training, and weighing myself after a training. And for me, the losses are crazy high. This whole thing is really individual, I think. I mean, everybody has a different rate of sweat or sweat loss or sodium loss. But I've experienced that I'm a heavy sweater. So I think for me, I need a lot of sodium in my body during exercises, but also after and before, to try and cover a little bit of the losses that I'm having doing exercising. So that's one thing I've experienced, and yeah, since I'm taking in way more sodium next to all the sports nutrition, I felt way better since the beginning of August, for example. And yeah, with that in mind, I got to my first big race of the second part of the season, which was my former hometown race in Almere, the Challenge Almere. It was also the European Championships of the European Triathlon Federation, the European Triathlon Union. And so that race happened 2 weeks ago. And actually 2 weeks before this race, I did a half distance triathlon in Belgium, in Menen. But 2 days before I got COVID, so that was not a nice experience, and I was a little bit ill afterwards as well. So I didn't know exactly what to expect from the race in Almere, but with a little bit of a different mindset, and I think also with the way better nutrition plan now next to the carbs, also having a lot of sodium to take in. Also on this race in Almere, it was a really hot day. It was like 28, 29 degrees. It was a non-wetsuit swim even, so that was actually pretty crazy. It was the first time a non-wetsuit swim in this race ever. But my swim in this race was amazing. I was right there where I want to be. I got out of the water in the chasing group, just below 3 minutes of the front group. But on the bike, I didn't feel that strong on the day, especially in comparison to last year, where I rode with Sarikovic a long time. But now I didn't have the same legs as last year, so I took it a little bit easier. So I stayed a little bit in the group I was riding with. Although it was hot, was a hot day, the conditions were really fast. I think we rode 4 hours and 5 or 6 minutes over the 180 kilometers, so that was crazy. But I felt really fresh when I started the marathon, and I was starting the marathon in 5th place, only a couple of minutes behind, I think like 4 or 5 minutes behind 1st place. And I felt really strong on the first part of the marathon. Although it was really hot, I think I really had my nutrition dialed in way better. And after about 16 or 17 kilometers, I passed Andrew Sarikovic for 4th place, and then a couple of kilometers later, I passed Jesper Svensson for 3rd place, and I was really running fast towards number 2, Kieran Leenders. But in the end, after 26 kilometers, I started to having some problems as well. And I was struggling also because of the heat, and maybe also that, I had a really good day, but I think maybe also because of COVID 2 weeks before, my condition wasn't at my best level as I'm hoping for. So the last like 14, 13 kilometers, I was really struggling myself as well. And then after a while, I had to stop during the 8th station to drink and cool myself, cool the body off in this heat of Almere. And in the end, I finished in 3rd place, only a little bit over 1 minute after Kieran Linder's 2nd place, and 13 minutes behind 1st place, Menno Koolhaas. Very sick that guy did such a fast race. I think it's in the top 10 of fastest full distance races he did ever in the whole world. So that was a crazy day of Menno. And I'm really pleased with my third place at such a big race, and especially for me, as this race is like a childhood dream, which I've been watching since I was like 6 or 7 years old. To perform on a day like that and have my best race for the whole season. This whole race, this result actually made my whole season great again. I think, especially after all the hard times at the beginning of the first half of the season. So I was really pleased. I finished 3rd place in 7 hours, 49 minutes and 49 seconds. So it was also a personal best of over 11 minutes. My former personal best was 8 hours and 47 seconds or something like that. So and I ran a marathon of 2 hours and just a little bit over 50 minutes. So also my best marathon up to date. Finally, it looks like I found some sort of my problems which I had in the past. And hopefully you never have any guarantees for in the future, but I really hope that this is the solution to my problems. For example, to just talk to you a little bit about the nutrition plan, I used the NutriD Kerosene RS Plus, and I took in 90 grams an hour on the bike and 90 grams an hour on the run. And next to that, I took on the 180 kilometers bike part, I took in over 7,000 of milligrams of sodium. And on the run, I took in over 4,000 of milligrams of sodium. So in comparison to before this race, it's like Maybe on the bike I did like 2,000 milligrams sodium, and on the run maybe even 400 or 500. So yeah, that's a really big difference in the sodium intake right now, and this has been my best race without any stomach problems, without any toilet stops or whatever. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that, of course. So that's about what has happened about in the in the past weeks and months. As I said, this is the best race, best result ever for me. So really hope to keep improving from now on. And what's left for me is in 2 weeks' time. That will be the 8th of October. I will race a challenge event in Barcelona, close to where I live now in Girona. Looks like guys like Alistair Brownlee, Frederik Funk, Juri Keulen, those guys will race, so that will be a cool race. It's a 1/3 of triathlon, so it's a crazy distance, but I'm looking forward to it. And my last big goal of this season will be at the beginning of November, where I will race Ironman Israel again. I raced it last year as well, and yeah, looks like I will be going back to Israel in 6 weeks' time from now. So looking forward to race over there and finish the season on a high. Just now, a couple of more weeks of hard training left. Try to get a little bit of good, better and good condition back into the body, and hope to race well in Israel. If you have any questions or things to say about my whole nutrition stuff or nutrition plan, just let me know. Also, if you have any other questions, make sure if you like this video to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It hasn't been that much of YouTube videos this year, but I'm definitely thinking and trying to do more in the future. Thanks again for watching this video. Hope you had a good season of racing, and maybe even there are some races left for you as well.